Welcome. It is Sideline Sports time. And before we start anything, of course, I have JB, John, my two gentlemen. And JB, I do want to celebrate with you in just a moment here. But before – thank you, JT. This is how I'm feeling right now. So that's why my screen says champion in the back. I'm going to switch JB and myself so you guys can see that properly. There you go. Champion across the top. We talked about last week, John, you presenting me with the championship belt, and you didn't send it. And we've discussed logistics, and that's totally fine. No problems. I took matters into my own hands, gentlemen, because, you know, when you win a championship, whether there's an asterisk or not, and JB wants to put one, and that doesn't really matter at this point. It's irrelevant for this. You got to celebrate. And what do all great champions have? They have Super Bowl rings. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but I have a fantasy champion ring that I got right here that commemorates. So we're going to take this ring and we're going to put it on. And gentlemen, I am the fantasy champion.
So
whether you put asterisks or not, this ring commemorates that in 2022, as you see right here, I was the champ. I'm champ, baby. And I'm wearing this the whole show. Thank you very much.
I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate the going out of your way to do that. As the commissioner, that is not sanctioned by the league or the bylaws of the league.
Okay.
So it does not count as a championship ring.
Thank you, JT.
It is not sanctioned by the commissioner or the league. If you bought your own belt, it's not sanctioned by the league.
Okay.
So it is not recognized in the history of the league, that championship ring.
That's fine.
Thank you.
This
asterisk still stands according to JB.
This was a personal touch for myself.
That's fine. I just want to make sure it's clear.
That's fine.
In the history of the league, there's no championship rings yet.
I know. No, I understand that. But I did it because I wanted to commemorate the season that I had. And JB, this show is about celebrating. This is a show about celebration here. And JB, we have a very big reason to celebrate. Because JB, I want you to do me a favor. Raise your hand if your team is in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
Yeah, I can't be mad at my team.
And JB, that's why I want to celebrate. Because JB, the New York Football Giants are playing the Philadelphia Eagles this weekend. And I am so excited.
We completed our year. We don't have to do anything else. We can lose.
Be careful what you wish for, Jake.
I don't care if we lose this weekend. I have family who are Eagles fans. I texted them and said, if the Giants lose, I will not be upset. I could not care less. And JB agrees. We made it to the playoffs, which was an amazing feat. We have now we won a game. We played well.
One of the top 3 seeds that we should have beaten. We are now Super Bowl champions of the New York Giants year.
Absolutely.
That's all that matters.
Absolutely. And we'll talk more about that after. But JB, we have a guest. So I'm going to turn it to you to introduce us.
So coming to us right now, we have Steve Ganser, who is the president and founder of the SGC Foundation. Steve, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, guys, for having me on.
Our pleasure. So before we go any further, tell us about the SGC Foundation and what you guys do.
Okay, so the foundation was founded in 2005 by about 20 guys that used to just go out, like you guys, go out and have a few cocktails the night before and go out and play golf. And, in 2005, we decided that we should do this for a purpose. So we founded a foundation to raise money or donations to help the sick children at different children's hospitals wherever we set up the golf tournament. So we've done different children's hospitals all across the country so far. And
that's awesome.
Thank you for having me on because, I like your setup. I love the different teams that are in. I feel sorry for John that his Dolphins, didn't knock off.
Steve, I got a question for you.
Can't be mad at us.
You like the ring? You like that bling?
You know what? I'll tell you what. I know JB's shaking his head no.
Because I beat him in the fantasy finals. That's why.
Well, see, I told
you.
I understand about taking, the bull by the horns, and doing things, because That's kind of how the foundation is. So let me tell you that we're not like your normal foundation that, the color red has to be red dye number 52 or what have you. So anybody that wants to do anything with the logo, put the logo where they are, on something, it's cool because we've done it on flip-flops. We've done it on workout gear. We've done it on computer bags, all the different golf paraphernalia you could think of. And if somebody comes up with an idea, we'll try to get it embroidered on or stamped on, anything that anybody thinks of. But that's it in a nutshell, is that the foundation hosts charity golf tournaments in different cities around different energy conferences or other conferences to basically play golf connected with, your day job. So that way, what comes first, the golf or your day job? Well, it doesn't really matter because you get to do both. Okay. So that's how it got started. It's what we've been doing. And of course, we've had, JB on our show a couple of times, talk about the different events and who's participating in it. And, us old farts kind of remember, Jenny 8675309, right? So Tommy Two Tones now is part of the foundation and shows up at our different events and plays music with about 4 other buddies. And so we just rocked the night before playing live music or a pool party.
That's awesome. Where's the next event at, and what is it?
The next event is January 26th, which is next week, Thursday, in Orlando. Wow. And did I think about Orlando versus Vegas? Okay, because I know Vegas is a cool city and we've done stuff in Vegas. Okay, but they close all their pools in October, so at least Florida, has heated pools, so the pools will be open. And so we're doing it in Orlando for Children's Hospital down there in Orlando on the 26th. Of course, Tommy Two Tone, Chris Shepard, Better Life with Butter. They used to have Choir Church, I believe, was the backup band for Toby Keith. It's coming to play. So we're looking at possibly playing live music down there at Universal Studios by the restaurants.
That's awesome.
That sounds fun.
Negotiate working that out. So it's going to be a lot of fun next week.
And you get a lot of ex-athletes that are retired athletes that play as well, right?
Oh, yeah. We bumped in when we did the one in Phoenix. I guess I need to give a shout out because I know you guys have teams you love and there's teams that you really don't like, okay? So there happens to be one that won last night. So I guess I got to give a shout out to DK, Derek Kennard, and Daryl Clack that played for that team, that's got that.
We don't have to talk about that.
That ugly helmet, okay?
Agree. It's very ugly.
And when you show that ring, I can take seeing that ring. But with DK's around me, he's always got to show me that big Super Bowl ring.
You mean the one that doesn't have an asterisk developed with it?
Yeah, exactly. That big Super Bowl ring when he beat Green Bay to go to the Super Bowl, with Reggie White, put him on his butt the whole game. Man, DK's going to be calling me like, what the heck are you saying on live?
What are you saying that are you getting me in trouble? That's going to be what you get. Are you getting me in trouble again?
I wouldn't do that to you guys. Hey, look, but no, the DK, when we did that event 2 years ago in June in Phoenix, got to meet a bunch of the NFL guys, right? And anytime you're around those linemen and linebackers, you feel like a midget. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
I always do.
I told
John, you're just short.
I'm 5'6".
I told those boys, hey, even at 6 foot, I'm short. Okay. I told those guys, hey, you got a step stools that I can stand on, so I can at least look taller than the cornerbacks. Okay. But it was a great time playing golf in Phoenix for Phoenix Children's Hospital that year. So.
And now you change the hospital at each venue, right?
Yeah, we do. So we're doing January, right? Like you asked, we're doing January 26th with a little music before it. Then April 24th, we're going to move up the coast to Raleigh, North Carolina, and do a tournament in Raleigh and maybe go to Pinehurst and play number 1 on April 24th. And then we'll give money to the local children's hospital in Raleigh. And then in May, we're going back to California because they're letting the crazies in. Okay. So
they're letting John in, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. So the foundation is going back to Monterey to do our annual clam bag, kind of like Bing Crosby did. with his buddies. So we're doing that one in Monterey at Pacific Grove Links Golf Course with lobster steak and clam chowder for dinner after the golf. So
That's fun.
Yeah, so we're doing cigars, cocktails, lobster steak, and clam chowder. What can be better? Oh yeah, looking at the ocean. Okay,
looking at the ocean. Exactly. There it is. I was like, hold on.
We got to get the three of us out here with Eric and have a foursome so we can throw the asterisk champion into a pool or something.
JB, you can throw me in that pool under one condition. I get to wear this ring while I go in there. Thank you very much. I'm going to tell you now. Hold on. I'm going to tell you right now. I am going to bring this up and put it on screen as many times as I can during this 1 hour show. I will never wear this again, almost guaranteed. It is strictly for show, and it's fun to look at.
I dare you to bring it to Super Bowl week. That's all I'm going to say.
Challenge accepted, sir.
I dare you.
If I can get it through TSA, which I'm sure I can, there's no reason I can't. I will happily bring this bad boy, and I'll even wear it. I'll even wear it around you.
Yes.
Granted,
Radio Row.
I
need you to wear it on Radio Row. So when
we'll see about that. That's a little much.
Billy Sims, Barry, Eric Dickerson come over.
JB, it's a little bit heavy. It's not so easy.
This guy.
If you earn the championship.
I mean, Jake is out of order. Let's just face facts. He's out of order.
Hey, JB, when he says it weighs a lot, it doesn't come anywhere near the weight of a World Series ring, a Super Bowl ring.
I'll have one of those one day.
Look,
I'm sure he doesn't have the diamond weight in that ring yet. Okay, it might be.
No, you know how much this thing costs? It costs like $20. So you know what?
Wow.
It was worth it to rub it in their faces.
You shouldn't have told us that. I thought it was like $100 ring.
I don't care how much John, this cost $100 on other sites. That's why Amazon is this lovely website that gets you the same quality as the other websites that charge you out the butt for $100 when you can get this for much cheaper.
If I could put him in the sin bin for 2 minutes, I would.
Oh, John,
unfortunately, we don't have a
are you upset? John, are you upset that I'm putting this in front of the screen?
You're again out of order. In less than 2 minutes, you're out of order twice.
Wow.
John, I'm telling you, I'm going to keep putting this on screen every time I can.
Go ahead,
so
JB.
Just
we haven't even talked about sports yet.
So
all I know is I got participation trophies for everybody. So Jacob will get his trophy in the mail.
Oh, he'll get JB. All right, really quickly. So I'm giving them a shout out. She might get mad at me, but I don't really care. Kayla's father plays in Fantasy Football League with friends that he's had for 30 years. Their trophy is a ball sack trophy. That is what you get. That is what you get when you're when you get the winner, because that's just the way their league works. I think for our league, that's what we should give, a ball sack trophy to the loser instead, though.
As commissioner, that can be discussed at another time. We have an important guest on the show.
He didn't knock it. I like it.
To talk about his charity, he does great things.
Hey, John, look, I think you guys are welcome to come to any tournament you want to play in. If you can stand each other, you can play together.
I have one question.
Or we can split you up, okay?
I have a question, though, for you, Steve.
Yeah.
I love golf, but I don't get to practice a lot. It's expensive to practice. So I'm very bad at golf, very new to the playing the game. I want to get better. I want to play a lot. Am I able to play even though I'm terrible at it is my question.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look, okay.
Thank goodness.
Look, John, we've got people that play, that bring customers that might play once a year, okay? They use rental clubs. So our tournament is a carnival with a little bit of golf. Okay,
I love it.
Which means if you can drive a go-kart, which is the golf cart, and drink cocktails and smoke a cigar, you can play in a tournament.
I'll drive the golf cart. JB, you drive. Or excuse me, John drives. I drive the golf cart. I can't speak. John drinks the cocktails. JB, you smoke the cigars. I think that makes sense.
Because
I don't think John will drink the cocktails.
Oh well, he has to.
Well, yeah, because like I said,
somebody's got to do it.
We've got putting shots. We've got hitting balls.
John, you'll have that.
Pool. How far you can hit a marshmallow?
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Of course, we have different.
Steve, can we make a contest on how far we can hit John? Like how far we can punt him?
Hey, now that's all up to y'all, okay? Because
it's for check.
Okay. So whatever y'all want to do to poor John,
So what kind of like what kind of courses can the customers expect? So some people care about the courses, like I care about what course I'm on. What kind of courses can we expect? I guess I mean each location's going to be different, but are they difficult courses? Or are they just kind of like your
Well, let's just say that they're probably middle to high level. They're probably some of them are names that you've heard. Like when we go to Monterey, we're playing a course that's on that everybody knows that's out there that's a part of Monterey. Pinehurst, everybody
Oh,
knows
of course.
like Pinehurst
Wow.
#2 that the pros plan that's a bitch to play, but we're gonna play #1 and they're gonna let us, tweak it up and have fun, right?
Of course.
And then down in Florida, we're playing Falcons Fired that's hosted a couple of the Buick Open Pro-Ams. When we do Panama City, is our beach party that's toes in the water.
Oh,
But in the
now you're
sea.
speaking my language.
See, I got to remember whether or not I'm on where I could say the word that's part of the band song, or if I've got to, clean it. Okay. So
You can say
anyway,
just about anything here. Just about anything.
Not about any. John, hold on.
Just about anything.
well, like Zach Brown, Zach Brown's band song is "Toes in the Water, Ass in the Sand," right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh hell yeah!
I love that.
that's what our party tournament is in October down there in Panama City Beach.
That should be the name of the tournament.
It is the name of the tournament.
Now I
Oh,
want to
see?
go to.
That
Now
There
I
we
want to
go.
go to
Now I
Panama
really wanna
City,
go.
support their charity,
telling
and
you.
play golf. Now I
And
want to do
what
that
could-
in October.
What could be better?
Yeah,
No.
so we got that. Then when we play Phoenix, we play a course that's well known, but basically they're all set up to your answer, John. Okay, they're set up that the average guy, because you got to remember Stevie's an old man, so I can't hit as far as these flat bellies that hit at 350, 400 yards. Okay, so the T-ball is set up to where you can carry whatever the junk is in front. Everybody can. Okay, even a guy that only plays once a year. Okay. So most of all the trouble is putting because you're playing a 4-man scramble.
Oh, wow.
So everybody gets the putt, mulligans. Yep. Then we've got some future PGA guys, LPGA girls out there to hit shots with everybody and help putt and stuff. So basically it's a great fun time because if it ain't fun, we ain't doing it. Okay. So you get to come have fun. That's the deal for the 2 days. And we usually kick it off with a pool party, beach party. Now that we got Tommy Two Tones, Chris Shepard, Life with Butter, and some other guys coming to play music. Now we've got live music being played like the night before the tournament or the night of after the tournament. So, like I said, it's all about having that 3-letter word, fun, as in we're raising money. We're raising funds.
We're raising money, having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Because who said you
Can't be any better.
Who said you can't have fun? Okay?
Who says you can't have your cake and eat it too? Am I right?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's why above me it says champion, and on my finger it's got a ring, and I'm the champ. Thank you very much. Got to keep reminding you.
Man, I can tell you all. I can see you're not all in the same studio because I think somebody'd be going over to take that ring.
This would be in the trash right now. I am 100% certain of that.
Yes.
So, but yeah, guys. Hey, look, I'd welcome to have y'all come out, participate, reach out to anybody you want. Because like I said, a bunch of the former NFL alumni guys have come out and played in the tournaments that we've hosted in the different cities. Because we reach out to the individual NFL alumni, chapters in anywhere we do the tournament, as well as the Children's Hospital. Any of the kids that want to come out and play, we comp them to be able to come play with their parents or their guardians to play.
Love that.
So it's all kids friendly, okay?
Yeah.
We've had
John, bring your kids. I don't know how well they can golf, but
we've had some of the girls that are part of the Predators, Orlando Predators, and Orlando Magic Palm Squad come out and participate in helping raise money, donations for the.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kids.
I love that.
Anybody can come.
I plan to be there soon. Then
that's awesome. So you got the one September 20. What is it?
January 26th, then we go April 24th, then we go May 10th, then we go June 19th in St. Louis. And then we don't know where we're going in August, September, October. We know that we're in Panama City. Okay. And then we kind of relax on December and then start it all back up again the third week of January down in Orlando.
Well, you got to keep us surprised of everything that's going on so we can let everybody know and we can try and get some more people down there for you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you mentioned that you guys are going to be at the Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
Broadcasting?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, I want you to know I'm reaching out to some of the foundation guys to help you guys raise, because I know it's expensive to get there. I know the hotels aren't cheap. And so
They are not.
I'm reaching out to some of my foundation board members and compadres to see if we can't raise some donation sponsorships for you guys
Of course.
while you're
Appreciate it.
in Phoenix
We
hanging out.
definitely
Okay?
appreciate it.
Always appreciated.
We
And
appreciate it. Before you,
Hey, unlike that ring that he's got,
this one.
he's got that ring, okay?
Yes.
We're actually going to have a real, prize for people to put their, either put their business card in for a raffle. I don't know if I'm stealing your thunder or not, JB. John,
that's okay.
But
It's all right. You're running a charity. Like, I think it's a little more important than Jake's $20 Amazon ring.
so
Hey,
anyway,
John, watch yourself because you know what? You don't have this, and I do. So remember that.
I can hop on Amazon.
But you didn't win. I did. You said I win, so I win. I'm champ. Thank you very much.
So what's really cool is Club Glove is donating, participating in with the foundation a mini duffel bag, travel bag that's going to have y'all's logo on one side, the foundation Dreamcatcher SGC logo on the other side, that you guys can do whatever you want, how to raffle it off, that week, whether you just collect business cards or if you tell everybody to put $5 in the hat for the kids, plus the foundation's probably going to kick in somewhere around 50 cigars for you guys to either smoke them yourselves or pass them out to the NFL guys. Because we
definitely appreciate it.
We know the NFL guys smoke cigars.
Yes,
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
hey, if the Bengals make it there and we can find Joe Burrow for a second, I guarantee you we'll give him a say.
If y'all can do that, that'll
victory
be
cigar.
Yes, I'll be at the media day. So if the Bengals make it, I will personally deliver one of your cigars to Joe Burrow.
I don't know if they'll let you,
during
John.
media day. Well, I don't know if they'll let, but
we'll try.
This is from SGC TV charity organization, personally to you.
There might be a way to do that with because it's in Phoenix. The Arizona chapter of NFL alumni is putting on that whole week. So, of course, we know a bunch of those guys, right? Because they play in the tournament and everything. And then, of course, there's a couple like Pete Shaw that played for the Chargers back in the day, that he and his wife set up the fashion show last year in L.A. So I'm pretty sure that they'll probably be there. So, but like I said, we're going to, ship you a bunch of the SGC cigars that the NFL guys are already purchasing and smoking and helping the kids, because every cigar is like $10 and the money's going to help the kids. So it's a write-off. And, we got it infused with tequila, Kahlua, cognac, bourbon.
That's wild.
Good stuff.
So,
okay.
And they're all $10.
Sounds like a party.
So.
Wow. All right. Oh, I like the way this party sounds.
Yeah, hey, it's all about sports, okay? And like I said, hey, I just want to know, who you guys picking to play in the Super Bowl?
Oh, that's easy. But I'll start with JB.
Got the 49ers. And the AFC is a tough one. I'm going to go with the winner of the Bills-Bengals game. I'm going to say the Bills.
Okay, John?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jags, and I'm gonna go Jags, and give me the Jags and Cowboys.
Oh man,
John, you are out of order for that. That is just disgraceful. No, for me, I'm very similar to JB. I got the Niners, and I'm taking the Chiefs. AFC is tough. I just
you really went on a limb there.
It's the same prediction I made last week. I'm sticking to my prediction. I'm not.
Hey, I thought you were going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles there, buddy.
Oh God, no! I'm a Giants fan.
Well, you have a green sign above you. I thought that was for Eagles.
John, look at my sweatshirt. Giants, right there. I mean, come on, man.
So you're not standing behind your team and saying that you're picking the Giants to make the Super Bowl?
Oh God, no!
Hey,
I think the Niners would steamroll us even if we got past this round.
I picked my team to go to the Super Bowl at the beginning of the playoffs.
Yeah,
I
John,
stick
because
by
you're delusional.
Pick by my stay
John,
by
you're
my
delusional. Your team was never going to win with
What's-
Skylar Thompson at quarterback, and you knew that.
I
No.
support my squad.
I support my squad too, but I'm also realistic. I'm an analyst and a journalist, not just a fan.
Yeah, I love my
Listen,
team.
we won our Super Bowl in Minnesota. We're good for the rest of the year. We're on
We'll
house
talk about
money
that in a
now.
sec. Before we do
Almost
that,
Thomas could be-
Steve, where can the people find you before we let you
Oh,
go?
they can find me at Stevie G at sgc-foundation.org.
Beautiful.
It's Stevie G at sgc-foundation.org. All the events are up there. You can donate on the front page. You can purchase the cigars. We've got clothing line up there that you can go purchase to work out the SGC shirt, polos. We've
Nice.
done all of it.
You got
in the
it all.
past.
One last
Yeah,
question:
we-
Will you be golfing? Will you be golfing at any of these events? Will I get to golf against you?
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Hey, look.
Come on.
All
Hey, look.
right. Now we're talking.
Hey, does Tiger Woods play in his own tournament that he hosts?
I
course.
honestly have no idea.
Yes, John.
but I
Of course
assume
he does.
yes.
I mean,
Of course.
so-
That's
of
half the
course.
fun.
And they tell me I can't win my own gig anymore, so I usually go find a couple of A players, win it, and then get DQ'd. So whoever comes in second gets the
Listen,
win it.
There you
You're
go.
playing for me when I go. That's it.
That's fine.
Hey, but it's a
I like
lot of
that.
fun, Hey, we do trash talking, run across, drop golf balls, throw golf balls at people when they're trying to swing. Buy them a couple more cocktails. We do the New Orleans thing called Mojo, right? Got to have a little Mojo, so we have everybody have to take a shot of Fireball or a shot of Jack Honey or Jack
I like
Fire.
this. You guys are
Or,
insane. You're nuts, but I love it.
You're my kind of
So-
people.
Yeah, because
You
John,
have
it's
fun
like
with it.
this, okay? There's a lot of people that want to have fun that don't play golf, okay? But they want to come out and help raise money for the kids.
Of course.
And that's the whole thing. People can come out, they don't have to play, they can donate, they can help with registration, they can go out and man one of the holes out there and just talk trash to everybody.
Hey,
So,
I'm all for
like I
it.
said, there's stuff for everybody to do from all ages. And like I said, I can't wait to have you guys out there.
I'm looking
Can't wait to
forward
be
to
there.
it.
And we'll throw Jake
it's
in
gonna
the
be a
pool
lot of
with
fun.
that ring. We'll throw
That's
Jake in
fine.
the pool.
I'll
with
bring my ring and we'll go in the pool. I like it.
It'll melt.
Shut up, John. At least I have a ring. All right, Steve. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me, guys. And
Yes.
look, anytime, and I'll get back to the three of you guys about Phoenix and
All
get
right.
this
Wait.
stuff to y'all, okay?
Yeah, we'll
Have a
talk
good one,
on
man.
But we definitely appreciate it, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Hey, thanks for having me on, baby, because just remember, the phrase is, if it ain't fun, I ain't doing it.
We appreciate you,
That's
Steve.
a good logic. I like
That's
that.
a good way to go out.
That's a good way to go out indeed. All right.
All right, the Penguin will be here soon. From what I'm told. So
Did we send him the link?
I did.
I
He asked
didn't.
for it earlier. So
Okay, John
that
sent it.
man's arch, you know,
One
I
of his
didn't-
nemesis.
arch enemy
See, I-
should be here soon. He's waddling
I
his
didn't
way
know-
to his computer.
I didn't know you actually had his information. I'm glad because I
Yeah,
forgot.
we've been texting for like a week straight.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Wow.
That's a conversation I'm glad I'm not involved in.
Me and you
Jake.
both.
Me and Jake have been texting all week too. No one's scared. The asterisk and the People's Champion.
The Pac-Man,
Look.
the Penguin and the Joker, or the Riddler. The Penguin and the
Look.
Riddler.
JB, I want to talk about something more important here. The Giants won, man. Can we just take a moment to enjoy this, please, together? And
It was
John,
a
you can
great
be on
game.
screen, but can we just enjoy the fact that Daniel Jones looked phenomenal? Oh, there he is.
It was
just
a great
said-
game.
I said Batman and
And he comes a running. He hears it.
comes running.
We'll,
He
we'll
saw
bring
the
him on
bat
in one
signal.
second. We'll bring him on in a second. I want to finish talking about this with JB for just a moment. That the Giants won. JB, how great did that feel? Can we just talk about that?
I'll be honest with you. When the game started, I said to myself, this is a game we should win. So if we don't
Yeah.
win, I'm not going to be happy. If we do win,
Yeah,
I'm going to feel as though our season was justified and how I feel is right. So
absolutely.
it took a little bit away from it. Like, if they, for example, if they were to win this weekend, I'd go crazy because they have no business winning.
Oh,
Beating the
absolutely.
Vikings after the last game, I felt we should have beat them. So to me, this wasn't like a huge yay, but I was very happy.
Oh, but it felt pretty good.
You've already
it felt-
exceeded expectations.
I
is what
mean,
you're saying.
I mean,
yes.
Daniel
It felt
Jones
like-
looked phenomenal. I mean, he looked
I-
way better.
I believe
I
the first
felt as though
quarterback,
there was no other option.
What?
first
Except
quarterback
to
in
win.
NFL history to throw for 300 yards, rush for 70, and I believe have 3 touchdowns, 1
I
rushing
believe
and
so.
2
Yeah.
passing. I
I
believe
believe so. Yes,
nobody's
Yeah,
ever
he was
done
the
that in the
first one
history
ever.
of
he
any
was
playoff
real
game
good.
ever.
He looked
Jake, I don't know
really
if
good.
I don't know if you remember the Subway Series, but you're a Yankee fan like I am.
Of course.
It almost felt like that, where there was a no-win situation in my mind because we're supposed to win because you're playing the Vikings and they weren't that
Frauds.
team,
Yeah,
and
They
if
were
you didn't
frauds.
win, it would be like it was a letdown, and
it
everything
was
for
disappointing,
nothing.
but I felt like if we lost, it wasn't the end of the world because they were
Nah,
record-wise
Right,
a
but
better team.
That's the
They were.
one team in
But-
the NFC I felt like you had to beat.
I
yes.
agree.
And
But-
it was the only team out of the top 3 that we could have
Oh.
beaten. And I'm
absolutely.
glad that that's what we got. So now we had a perfect season in my mind.
Yeah. No. All right. Well, on that note, we're going to bring on the man himself because John, your team lost, and there's some business that needs to be attended to.
However, my Hurricanes did beat his Penguins the other day. I watched that game.
They
did
beat him or his
4-1.
Penguins? Do
His
you mean
Penguins. Hurricanes beat his
like no? I'm
Penguins.
saying hold on. So
4-1.
do you mean
No.
like in the movie, like how?
No. The
hold
other
on,
day.
hold on. Just let me finish. In the movie, the penguin has his penguins that are in his lair. Are you talking about those penguins, or are you talking about the
Sidney
Pittsburgh
Crosby.
penguin? Oh, okay.
Sidney
I just wanted to clarify.
Crosby.
I wanted to clarify.
First off, let's get the business out of the way. You guys have the show that's sweeping the country on the Tuesday Throwdown, man. You 3 dudes are doing it. And I told you it was going to be roadkill for Seattle, Miami, and TCU. Things running 3s. I went 4-2. I had the Vikings and the Bucks. That stopped me from a 6-0 streak. But
Well, that was just silly.
thank you very much. We gave you Jordan Stahl down there in Carolina, and everything's going
Thank
through
you.
Pittsburgh. Basically, we threw the Ducks. The Ducks found out. The only thing I need from Anaheim is that goalie that's from Pittsburgh and John Gibson. That might solidify us going forward, but it's always a nice day when the Capitals can get their asses kicked.
It's
Now that I agree.
Yeah.
And Mark, I before we go any further, you might be asking, Jake, what is that on? What is it on your finger?
Nobody's asking.
And
that.
so, John, shut up. You missed the beginning of the show. I have
It's his
fantasy
It's his
football
Archie
championship
Comics
ring
Dakota ring.
for beating JB this season, which is why above me it says champion, and this bad boy is on my finger.
Yeah, you're the
So-
tribal chief. He needs to acknowledge you,
asterisk.
man.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
easy
there,
Thank
Roman
you.
Reigns.
Mark gets it.
Easy there, Roman Reigns.
There is an asterisk involved in
See?
this
There you go.
championship.
JT with another
Joe Burrow
phenomenal
did not
call.
get
If you could
did
just
not
change
get
my
to
name to
complete his
champion in your
game.
phone, that would be great. Yes.
Hey,
Joe Burrow
it
did not get
funny.
to complete his game.
Oh, shut it.
Last week after the
Listen.
show, we did the show in Philadelphia, and there was this Giants girl. Man, you got to get her on your show, Nikki Gist. And she came in, and her and I have been throwing down the bars because as much as I'm not a Philly guy and a Pittsburgh guy, I do radio in Philly. So I got the Eagles, baby. Fly, Eagles, fly this weekend. So I might be going against both you dudes.
You know what?
I think we're all in the same
I don't
group
think-
of taking the Eagles.
I don't think we'll argue. I don't think.
Yeah. Although
one
we
thing I'll
may
say
be
is this.
fans, we actually objectively call the games. We're not John.
Exactly. The one thing I will say before, Mark, I do want to talk about the Dolphins because you and John have unfinished business, is the Giants. The one thing that does make me feel good was last time we played them, week 18. We had our B team in there, and we actually gave them a fight. And I'm not saying that we're guaranteed to win. I don't think we will. I think the Giants are going to lose probably because I think the Eagles are just the better team, and the better team wins usually, and that's okay. I've accepted that, but the momentum we have right now from the last game and the way we played was just unbelievable. Combined with the fact that our B team actually gave them a fight, the fan in me says, well, there's a chance. Anything can happen.
Well,
But the analyst in me, which is where JB and I agree, of course, absolutely is. The Eagles are the much better team. They're a very complete team. I think they're
the only
the second
reason
best
why
team in the
we
NFC
have a
behind the
chance,
Niners,
Jake,
and they'll probably clobber us.
the only reason we have a chance, there's 2 reasons. One is it's a division game. Division games are never
Absolutely.
simple.
Absolutely.
So that automatically makes it a game for us. And the
Of
second
course.
reason is Philly with the week off has all the pressure of being the number 1 seed. They have to win. If
And-
they
yeah,
go
you're
out
right.
there and
You're
lay an
right.
egg, it's horrible. So they're tight. And if they play tight, that's it. We have
Well,
that chance.
I'll
We
tell
still can lose. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, but those are the two things
right.
we have in our corner.
Going to be a hell of a game. The Saturday night's main event in Philly. Saquon Barkley, and you got Jones there. It's going to be interesting. But I will tell you this. 2 years ago, I said on XM 203, Sirius 217, that the Jacksonville Jaguars would get to the Super Bowl with Trevor Lawrence before we saw Patrick Mahomes lay an egg against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'm telling you this, man, that float is taking on water. A lot of people are jumping on the Jags wagon. They are playing on house money. They're going to enjoy the barbecue food, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they steal one in KC and then roll the dice with Buffalo and Cincinnati.
Not a chance.
Yeah, they're going home.
Completely agree.
They're going home this week.
John,
got
you also
lucky
said the
against
Dolphins
the
were winning the
team.
Super Bowl, so shut your mouth. You takes are terrible.
Listen,
What, you
they
guys
were
said the
playing
Dolphins were going to get
Chargers
killed last week, and they gave Buffalo a dog fight.
Look,
because
John, here's
Buffalo
the only
sucked
credit I'll
playing.
give you. I'll give you the credit that you played a good game.
Like they punched Buffalo
But-
in the mouth
but-
over and over
let me
with
finish,
a
let me
7th
finish.
round
Let me
rookie
finish.
quarterback,
Let me
third
finish.
string.
Let me finish.
And what was the end result?
Thank you.
I'm just saying, like they gave Buffalo all they could handle.
Maybe if your coach wasn't vaping on the sidelines and was paying attention to the play clock, you wouldn't have had 4th and 6. You'd have 4th and 1.
If you get your facts straight, they actually the refs told him it was a first down, so he got his personnel in there for 1st and 10, and then whenever he looked up, it was 4th down. So the refs actually told him and his staff that it was a first down. So again, he sent his first down personnel in there, and you can see that's why they had to try and get the clock reset, because they were like, why is it still 4th down? Now we got to go and take our first down personnel out and get our 4th down personnel in 4th and it was 4th and 1 at that time before the delay of game. That's what happened, JB. So make sure you get your facts straight.
The quote I got from McDaniels was from an article I read, which said it was his one of his coaches that told him it was
It
first
was
down.
the refs told him
Well,
that.
McDaniel's going to send the New York Jets and the city of New York, a thank you card, because I think that saved his job from bringing the Steelers into this thing, and who knows what would happen there. But, it's interesting. The only guy that's worse than that guy in Miami is the clown that's in California, and that's Staley. I don't know how
Oh, boy.
this guy keeps
Listen,
his job. I mean, you
if I
fire
owned that
offensive
team-
coordinators?
If
Makes
I
no
owned that
sense.
team, he would still be in Jacksonville walking his way back to Los Angeles if he wanted that job. And you know what? When he got back, when he was done with that,
I'd still
3,000
fire him.
walk, I'd say, you know what? Good job, you're fired. Because no way, if I own that team, do I let him come back to coach
JB,
anyone
next
there.
time we run into Susie Spanos, which we did last year at the Super Bowl, next time we run into her, we're gonna ask her why he's still hired, because we met her last year at the one event, the Super Bowl. We're gonna meet her again, I guarantee it, and I'm gonna ask her that. I'm not gonna hesitate. I'm gonna be like, why is Staley still your coach after all the shenanigans? I will not be afraid to ask her. We'll see what she says.
Listen, the 4 of us are available. We could do just as bad of a job.
Exactly.
We can do better.
Look,
it's not hard
look,
to do
well,
what
I'm
he
telling
did.
it's
you,
very
I-
simple. When you have Justin Herbert, your offense is very simple. Hey, Justin, whatever you think's a good idea, just go do it. I trust you.
And you have Austin Eckler. The man is a touchdown
And by the
machine.
way, I'd like to point out, why in Week 18 did it start anybody?
And you
that
got
should
Mike
be-
Williams hurt.
Yeah.
If Mike Williams is in that second half, I do think there are a couple plays that you could get from Justin Herbert to
Yep.
Mike Williams that could have very well changed that game to put them in
Without
a
a
position
doubt.
to score again and likely
Completely.
end the game as opposed to let them come back. Now,
Well,
the defense is at fault for just, allowing
Well, I'm
Jacksonville
taking-
to just
I'll tell you
stop
right
all
now, I'm
over
taking-
them. But
I'm taking 3 quarterbacks here, and I've said it on numerous shows, and I'll stay consistent with it. I'm taking Pickett, I'm taking Mac Jones, and I'm taking Trevor Lawrence, and you can roll the dice with the rest of these guys. All these new guys coming into the league in this year, and Justin Fields, and these Trey Lances, and these Zach Wilsons that's going out with every woman in New York. You can have those guys. I'm taking 3 guys, and I'm going to roll with those 3 guys, because a decade from now, those 3 guys will still be playing professional football.
I
whether
don't know.
it's flags or tackle.
I mean, he's
All right.
saying against Herbert.
Byron Leftwich is coming to Pittsburgh as the offensive coordinator.
I hope so for their sake.
He'll help Kenny Pickett. Mac Jones is doing a wonderful job in New England. And Trevor Lawrence with Doug Peterson, man, I'll tell you. It's like Tim McCarver and Steve Carlton.
But we need, you haven't mentioned it yet. You and John have a feud that needs to be discussed.
Well,
John,
the fish is squished.
There was no squishing. There was no squishing. Everybody said we were going to get killed. Everybody said we had no chance.
John,
I tried telling you guys.
Hold on. That's not true. I
can
name one person who was on your side that they wouldn't get crushed, and that is our man, Eric Wilson. He deserves his credit because he said the Dolphins would stand a chance, and it would be a lot closer than we thought.
I said it would be a dog fight.
Just saying.
It was a dog fight.
And if you watch the J&J Sports Express Friday morning, you would have seen that I said it's a division game, like I just said about the Giants and Eagles. And what I said about Seattle,
it changes everything. Yep.
Division games
John's
are very
taking his
weird.
lumps, man. He's got Pat
credit.
Riley. He's got Pat Riley and the Miami Heat, who I respect. The Panthers have gone south. The Marlins.
He doesn't like the
I don't know
Panthers.
what's going on.
No. Oh,
he's a Canes fan.
I'm a Hurricanes fan, good sir. We
He's
beat
all over
the
the map.
Penguins' ass. Remember that the other day?
Fired.
So
Cristobal will never be a Jimmy Johnson. He'll never win down there in Miami.
You
got me all pegged wrong, my friend. I'm not a Miami Hurricanes fan. I'm a Florida Gators fan through and through.
He's
That's
not
my college team.
The guy they should have signed down there, and he'll turn around Colorado is Neon Dion. That would have turned some franchises down there in Florida.
He's working his way up. Don't worry. He's using Colorado as a stepping stone, as a way to get to a Florida State job. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, John.
It's exactly what he's doing.
And the Dodgers out here, they're a funny organization. They signed Mel Rojas or got him in a trade. They haven't done anything, and they're talking about winning a division and going to a World Series. What are these guys smoking out here in Los Angeles? Noah Syndergaard, J.D. Martinez, Jason Hayward, and Mel Rojas are going to give you a world. You lost 9
Those
guys.
are all guys way past their prime.
Well, you lost guys like Bellinger. You lost a Justin Turner who was like a Kurt Gibson in the clubhouse. What is
They're
it, man?
trying to do method.
There's going to be an underlying effect in Los Angeles why nobody wants to play for the Dodgers.
They're trying a new method.
It's a manager.
Andrew Freeman's deer in headlights, and nobody wants to platoon or play the analytic game. That's the reason.
And you know what? That's their problem. Speaking of an analytics game, I want to talk about NFL honors real quick. And I want to get your opinions on Coach of the Year, because for me, it comes down to 2 guys. There's only 2 guys for me that are Coach of the Year candidates. And I'm curious to get.
I know one of them.
Well, mine. I'll throw 3 into this equation.
Let's hear
mine
it.
is
Yes.
Brian Ball. The ball's in there. Doug Peterson for what he's done in Jacksonville when Leftwich didn't want the job. And the third guy would be, this is where the injuries come up with some of these organizations, but not with this one, Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's turned the Seattle Seahawks into something. I know they were roadkill, but still, he didn't blame the injury bug.
Okay, John, I'm curious.
I mean, they were winning at half against San Francisco 49ers. I mean, that's impressive.
That was very good. John, I'm curious. Who is your Coach of the Year, or who are your coaches that you're on your short list?
I mean, you have to put Brian Dable up there, of course. It's what he did with the Giants. Nobody expected that. Dan Campbell has to be considered for what he's done with that Detroit Lions team. If not for the tiebreaker, they're in the playoffs and they're absolutely wreaking havoc on the NFC side. They're
eating some
creating
kneecaps.
all kinds of problems with that bracket.
Biting those kneecaps, baby. Biting those kneecaps.
And then, of course, like you said, Pete Carroll. I mean, what Pete Carroll has done. And those 3. Doug Peterson. What Doug Peterson did with a team that was that had the number 1 overall pick 2 straight years. And he turned them from number 1 overall pick 2 straight years
for
in
playoffs,
his first
and
year
they're in the divisional round.
Playoffs, divisional round, and they have a shot. It may not be a big shot, but they have a shot against
any given Sunday,
Yep.
John. It's the same thing as the Giants. It's
So
it's that
Peterson
same
would be my
situation.
number one pick.
John Harbaugh needs some consideration. Just keep him away from Melissa Stark.
Right. So we
Yeah.
got Dan Campbell in Detroit,
Sure.
obviously Dable in New York, Peterson in Jacksonville, Pete Carroll. How about the coach in Minnesota? Where were they last year? They were horrible. They were almost as bad as the Bears and Lions. Came back and had a phenomenal year. Granted, that first round loss doesn't look good, but
No.
13-4 from what they were last year. Nobody expected much out of them. They came out and they totally took that division. I throw him in there, but he's not my number one choice right now. I would say if to narrow it down, it'd be between the top three: Dable, Carroll, and Peterson.
You guys hit the nails on the head.
And not only
for me,
where are my Redskins in this? The NFC
Oh.
East, man. Three of the four, baby. 3 of the 4 teams are hanging. Somebody needs to dial DC into this mix.
It's the NFC East versus the 49ers right now. One
2
of us gotta
coaches.
take 'em out.
I told you I had 2 coaches, and you gentlemen absolutely nailed it. It is Brian Dable of the New York Giants, and it's Doug Peterson of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's very simple why. So the reason I'm excluding someone like, say, a Kevin O'Connell or a Pete Carroll, it's no discredit to what they've done. I think that every single coach that we have all mentioned have done phenomenal jobs. But the Giants and the Jaguars have the same situation, or very similar, rather. The Giants had a team that nobody believed in at all. The quarterback was a question mark. Saquon Barkley's health was a question mark. There's absolutely no receivers. There was a lot of big questions, and he has taken this team to a divisional round, beating the number 3 seed. That's incredible. And Doug Peterson, very similar. John, you kind of said it, right? Number 1 overall pick back-to-back years. They're absolutely terrible. Trevor Lawrence looks, he looks okay, but it doesn't look like this generational talent that we're expecting this, next Peyton Manning or this next Tom Brady or Drew Brees, right? This unbelievable quarterback, he makes them look like that. And then again, this weekend is why I take Doug Peterson as one of my top 2. 27-0, they're losing. And now, yes, you can blame Brandon Staley for part of it, but he coached that team to come back and win. Not only did he take them from one of the worst teams in the league, he made it an unbelievable comeback. To me, that's a mark of an absolutely phenomenal coach. I don't know who I'd award it to, because as a Giants fan, I want to say, Brian Dable, definitely, because he had less to work with. But man, Doug Peterson is doing a phenomenal job down there in Jacksonville.
Can't go wrong with any of those picks. You really can't.
But it's just unbelievable because, JB, you remember when we hired Dable, we're like, this is going to be good. I think he's got some potential. Didn't see this coming.
7 wins, I'd have been happy. All I needed when I looked at the schedule, I think, was 7 wins I counted. Totally surpassed that.
Unbelievable.
A playoff win.
And again, similar with Doug Peterson. If they would have gotten, I think, 5, 6, 7 wins, people would be like, hey, it's improvement. The team looks better. Trevor looks better. Things are going right. And all of a sudden, that's one of the hottest teams in football. I mean, they just look absolutely – look, I don't think they're beating the Chiefs this weekend, but if you told me the beginning of the season that the Giants would be in the playoffs playing the Eagles at the number 1 seed and the Giants at the 6th seed, and the Jaguars would be the number 4 seed winning their division and playing the Chiefs in the second round, I'd think you're insane. So the rest of my case.
That's the thing. And when you look at it, I think Peterson deserves a little bit more because he changed the culture there more than anything. He had Urban Meyer there. And what he did was he built on the strengths of that organization. He told everybody, hey, I'm here. Let's win it for the owner. And they got deep pockets in Jacksonville.
Yep.
And you know what? The Cowboys have never won in Jacksonville. Go figure that one out.
Oh, boy.
I had a chance to run into Shad Khan back at the Hall of Fame. He's a really nice guy. I got a chance to meet him twice.
So let me ask you.
He might be related to Raleigh Fingers, but he really looks like a nice guy.
It's good.
I can see the relation. I like that with the mustache. Very, very clever. Let me ask you this, though.
No.
The Giants are in a position where Daniel Jones is a free agent. I know we asked this like 6-7 weeks ago now. Things have obviously changed from what we saw then to now. Do you re-sign him on a small deal? I'm not talking about, you give him 10 years. 2-3 years, do you re-sign him, yes or no? And Mark, I'll start with you.
I like him. I think, he's going to get big money whether he stays in New York or not. It's going to be interesting to see where Carr goes. But I like Jones. A lot of people have maligned him. I don't know whether they looked at him kind of like a Rich Gannon or a Jeff Hostetler type, because everybody was used to, a Phil Simms more or less.
Manning. Yeah.
Yeah. But I like this kid, man. He just goes about his business and shuts his mouth and plays football, and look what he's done. And he's a free agent. He's going to get paid handsomely.
I think the Giants are going to keep him, but John, I'll get to that in a minute. John, what do you think the Giants should do
with Daniel Jones?
Yeah,
I definitely think that they should consider shopping him, seeing if they can get something out of him.
They can't. He's a free agent.
You can franchise him. You can franchise him.
Yeah.
Try and shop him.
That's not the question. The question is, should they re-sign him in any way? Yes or no? That's what I'm asking.
No. The only way you should re-sign him. The only way you should re-sign him is if you're trading him.
But why? Why not? That's why I ask you.
Because I don't think he's a guy. I don't think he's a guy that is.
I didn't ask you if he's the guy.
Quarterback. You asked why.
I asked, should they sign him on a small contract for the next 2-3 years?
It's not going to be small. He's going to get paid, like Mark said. He's going to get paid handsomely. So, and it's not going to be.
Then what do you think the Giants? No. So let me ask you, what should the Giants do at quarterback then?
I think they go veteran. I think they go with Derek Carr or something like that.
Yikes. Okay, JB?
It's better than Daniel Jones.
No.
Listen, right now, unfortunately, he's the best choice because we're not going to get enough draft pick to get the guy right now. So you sign him to a 2-year deal if he'll take it. You don't go longer than 2 years. And you try and see who else is out there in the next 2 years. You try not to lose because Dable seems to have a handle on the situation. Problem is, the rest of the team is getting good. And you have to see, is this a fluke that he was able to manage the team this year, or can he do it again? That's why a 2-year deal, not getting too long, but just keep in mind, by doing a 2-year deal, if he does this the next 2 years, you're going to be on the hook for a lot more money in the future.
And don't forget, we're pretending like this guy threw 30 touchdowns. He threw 15 touchdowns. In 17 games, he threw 15 touchdowns. It's less than one a game.
Hold on, but John,
you're talking about in today's NFL.
Hold on, John. Hold on.
If you're going to get paid what we think he's going to get paid, you can't throw that low.
Time out. Because there's an important factor that you're not considering. First of all, I don't know, so I'm going to look it up. How many rushing touchdowns did he have? That's what I'd like to know.
I believe 7 or 8 off the top.
Okay, hold on. So we're talking about let's call it 8. Okay. So he had 15 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, and he had another 8 on the ground. That's a pretty good ratio, if you ask me. I would take
more touchdowns.
But hold on,
no
receivers.
If you want to bring in a veteran,
CD could have played receiver for this team and even better than half of them.
Well,
Jackson had no receivers.
He had 7 rushing touchdowns, John. So we were pretty close.
Yeah, I said 7 or 8.
You mean to tell me that he had 22 touchdowns to 5 interceptions and you're that upset?
It's not a bad ratio. I'm not saying it's a bad ratio. I'm just saying if you're going to pay him 40-some million, which is what he's going to get.
No, he's not.
He's going to get more. That's the market value for a starting quarterback.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That's the market value for the good, the really top quarterbacks.
The cap is going up.
That's fine.
And Deshaun Watson reset the entire market.
Deshaun Watson hasn't proved anything.
He reset the market.
No. All right, let me give my opinion because I haven't even given my thoughts. JB, you hit the nail on the head. I totally agree. 2 years, 3 years, absolute maximum, small contract, because this is a 1-year thing. You could say all you want, John, that he's earned his money. That's fine.
I didn't say he did.
But this is a 1-year thing that I've seen. I think Dable has clearly unlocked something with him, though. I think that we're going to see a better Daniel Jones moving forward, hopefully, and this might be his potential. So if this is the potential that he has to have those 3 touchdown games, 300 yards, 70+ rushing, that kind of stuff, that's the kind of guy I want at my quarterback. I want to give Dable more time to do stuff with him because this could be the beginning of the next Josh Allen kind of arc for a quarterback. Not that he's going to be Josh Allen, but where he starts at this level and the next season's even better and the season after that is even better. He might have that kind of arc. If that is the case, I want Dable to have the chance to do that. If he sucks, then, hey, it was a mistake and we'll lose out.
Before we end the show, Who's your one dog to win this weekend? Start with you, Jay.
One dog to win this weekend. Well, I guess technically the dog would be the Bengals. If not them, the Cowboys, because the Cowboys looked phenomenal. As much as it hurts me to say, they looked really good last night. And I know it's a bad team, but they looked good. We got about a minute left. So, Mark, very quickly, pick and where people can find you very quick.
Well, I'm going to take the Jags. I think they go into Kansas City and pull a stunner on them. XM 203, Sirius 217, WWDB AM 860 out of Philly. Pittsburgh Pirates with Tarek Brock, first base coach, starting the third year. And you wonderful guys here on Tuesday, the throwdown, the smackdown, baby.
Yes, sir. John.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, Jags, definitely the Jags, and Blue Hawks 13.
And JB.
Only what I can see is the Bengals, JB_ the program on Twitter, here Tuesdays, Wednesdays, J&J Sports Express, and South Florida Tribune Sports Exchange. Jake.
Beautiful. All right. You guys can find me on Twitter at Jake_Malik. As you see scrolling across the bottom of the screen, Sideline Sports is on these places. Instagram and Twitter is Sideline Sport 1. YouTube and Facebook is Sideline Sports. We are on DBTV, Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcast, all that stuff.
Abigail TV.
I am the champion, and we will see you next week. Everybody have a good one.
Asterisk.